Okay, so a little bit about me, really quickly. Mervyn, yes, he did say that. I do. I'm very honoured to travel the globe training and speaking about social media and its use in recruitment. To me, it is just another channel for recruitment, but what I think is really important that you know is that I am a recruiter first and foremost. I don't think like a marketer, I think like a recruiter and a sourcer. I'm all about digging in, finding people, getting them to respond and fill roles. And I have done your job. I've worked in-house and I've worked on the agency side. So I'm not sort of coming at it from a position of I have no clue what I'm talking about. So I think that's important to know. Plus, I've got to go to all of those places, train, they're just some of my clients, there are thousands of them. So a lot of the stuff I talk about is what they're telling me. So you feed it back to me and I get to pass it back to you. So hopefully it will resonate in what you're experiencing as well. Please feel free to interrupt me at any point or save your questions to the end. I don't really care because, I don't care. But most importantly, let's close this one off so you stop focusing on it. I don't have an accent. You all have an accent, okay? Okay, maybe not. Yes, I am Australian. I am from Sydney. But after 15 years here living in London, I have the world's most monumentally fucked up accent, so God knows what's going to come out of my mouth. And yes, I swear that's to put you at ease, not me at ease. Okay. But now you can focus on what I'm talking about. Does that sound like more fun than my accent? No. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about transparency. And you're all going to go, what is she going on about? Because I believe we are recruiting in this age of transparency. The world has never been so easy to look into. And what I mean by that is this. If you are fed up with your job, you can go in-house Recruiter Jobs London and find that there are 2.76 million jobs out there. Who feels confident to leave their job? Come on, guys, work with me here. Thank you. Right? Because you can go to Google. So for those that might also be in the middle of their Gen X, like I am, much as I don't believe in generational bollocks, we couldn't do this. So when I started out in my world, I went to the newspaper on a Sunday and there was a tiny little advert and I didn't know if 500 people applied or 5,000. I didn't know if it was the only job or there were 10,000. So my boss did treat me like an asshole and I stayed. The world isn't like that now because I can do that. Okay, there aren't 2.76 million results, but there are 2,714 on Indeed. So I feel pretty confident I can walk out of my job. So I'm out of here. So people also have gone online, and they have a bitch fest online, and they love to go, particularly to Facebook, where there are 2 billion people. But unfortunately, we recruiters are down where 106 million people log in just once a month for under 17 minutes. Whereas there's 2 billion people who log into Facebook once a month, 1.28 billion will go in today for 35 minutes. Okay, so people are online and they're talking about you, and anyone you're looking to hire can go and see what's being said about you. So I'm going to talk about that as well. But you have a fight for attention because social media interrupts us constantly, but not just that. So if you think about your day, and you think about your colleagues interrupting you. Sorry, I'm just checking my slide. So if you think about you've got colleagues interrupting you, you've got emails interrupting you, your phone might even ring. My God, that's a scary concept, isn't it? Actually, telephone, being used as a telephone, but it's going off all the time. I foolishly left the notifications on for the in-house Recruitment Live app, which is seriously cool, right? But all night, you guys have been like checking in. What on earth? So my phone kept buzzing next to me. So if I look a bit tired, I genuinely am, but it was good you're all excited. But this fight for attention, in the middle of that, it's actually 156 million emails are sent in 1 minute. So if you want your job to be heard amongst all of that, you need to really make an effort. So that's what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, this is what's happened. Technology has made us all incredibly lazy because we're a bit like this. This is the boudoir grand piano that sits in my sitting room that I can't play. Anyone in the room play piano? How long did it take you to learn to play?
A few years, and then I gave up because I couldn't play it as well as I wanted to.
Okay, but it must annoy you that I had that sitting in my room, no? Do you play? No, who else put their hand up? Someone else did. But it took a couple of years to learn to play this instrument. So the problem with technology is there's these amazing tools that will reveal someone's email address. And rather than use the tools properly to create conversation, we just spam people and we expect them to respond. And people don't respond. They're becoming incredibly unresponsive with all of that noise that's going on, but also because all we're doing is going, want a job? And that doesn't work. So that's what you have to really think about, and that's what I'm going to hopefully inspire you to change. So, if you were dreaming of a new job, your boss has been an asshole, yes, I swear, sorry, and you're having a really, really bad day, and someone was approaching you about a new job, truth, would you look to see how people are treated? Who would look? There you go. All of you. And you'd go do it on the internet, no? Easy. Quick Google. Of course, there are other search engines out there, I hasten to add. Okay, so let's look at how we are treating people as recruiters. We're giving them these brilliant first impressions. Who in the room has a LinkedIn recruiter license? Okay, so you've all been through the same training where LinkedIn suggests that you start like this. Hi, first name, obviously that would be someone's name, so hi Melanie. I am currently working, I noticed, I understand, we have this. Really? Who cares? If you approach me about a job, I don't care. But what's worrying is everybody in this room has been told by LinkedIn that is the way to write a message. I want this, I've seen this, blah, blah, blah. What if you started with, your profile looks fantastic, and your tweet about this, and your blog about that, using the you word? I would be completely hooked in. That's why we all watch advertising and are hooked in, because they use the you word the whole way through it, and we all sit there going, and we go off and we do what they tell us. That's all it is. But what's scary is we're all using this one template, so just be aware of that. You're all writing the same thing. But this is also what happens. Anyone got any autoresponder on their applicant tracking system? Yeah, there's a very honest man in the front row. I love it. Mind you, you're under pressure standing there, aren't you? Sitting there. So this is my friend in the US, and I love this. He sends me this. These guys really know how to put the human touch into recruiting. Ha ha. Hi, comma, not even bothering to put a first name. We acknowledge receipt of your resume and application for this position, and we'll be reviewing it, and pretty well you probably won't hear from us, and we couldn't even be bothered signing it off with our name. Please, it's 2017, there's no excuse for that. Use their names, sign it off with your genuine name, or come up with a fictitious person who represents the company, who is the contact person. But please don't write, thank you, interim HR consulting. That would put me off working for you. But then I'm shallow. Then there's employee care. I feel a bit embarrassed that these people are actually in the building. This is no representation of them whatsoever and their product, okay? So, but if I go and look up HR manager jobs in London, Glassdoor, I can see the reviews, 2.8. I get concerned, okay? Some people say to me that reviews on Glassdoor don't matter. Well, I disagree, because I'm sure you've all had somebody walk in and present you with your Glassdoor reviews in interview. Thank you, I've got nods. And you're kind of going, oh my God. So actually, even if we think as recruiters that people aren't paying any attention to them, well, they are. So you need to address them. And what's really nice is if you click into Glassdoor, they summarize your reviews with the pros and the cons. There's no career progression. There's low salaries, career development, and it's in umpteen reviews. So people don't even have to read them all. Glassdoor summarizes it for them. Isn't that nice of them? But don't stop there either. When you're going to address those reviews and make sure that your company looks good transparently, please have a look at Indeed. You remember when I did the interim, what did I do? In-house recruiter jobs in London, Indeed was at the top. So if Indeed is at the top of any search for any jobs in your company, you need to make sure you look at it. Like Booking.com here has reviews. And then you get these horrible ones written here about, for this job, if you really have some experiences, oh God, I can't read that, sorry. For this job, it is good if you already have some customer service experience, blah, blah, blah. And then the pros, the people, and you get a free lunch. Hilarious benefit there. Cons, uneven scheduling, not much of a social life, quantity over quality. So someone's written that, and what's worse is 28 people have said that was valuable. So that's not good. You don't want that. Remember, transparent world. So Don't stop there. Okay, people can look in all these places. I know this is a pain in the ass. You've got your job to do as well. However, you need to be aware. As I've already discovered, you've all got LinkedIn recruiter licenses, so you've all got LinkedIn pages. Yet, amazingly, we build up these incredible followers on our pages, and then we ignore them, which I find quite staggering. And I see it all the time. There are very few pages where people actually respond. If you are in a fight with marketing, you just have to show them just once how much you can look after them, and usually you will gain their trust. So you just have to get their trust. So for example, here with Pearson, they'd written this thing about we're honoured and proud to have received a perfect score on the HRC Corporate Equality Index, etc., etc. And then underneath, I was proud to say I worked for Pearson for almost 16 years, and I say was because when the company was downsized, they assured me I'd be looked after, then I wasn't. And then somebody else has written, I had the same experience. The trouble is nobody has addressed that. Nobody's responded to it from Pearson, nobody's taken them off. Yes, people rant. I'm not denying that. I'm Australian. I love a good rant, and I will have my rants on social media really happily. Okay, just ask Thames Water when the water main burst out the front of my road. So I will do that. People do that, but you've got to address them. So I'm going to show you how, so don't worry. But you also need to go to Facebook. Are Travis Perkins in the room? Because you're meant to be. It's a compliment. I just hasten to add. I know I'm in the bad example section, but I promise this was really cool. So if you actually search for Travis Perkins on Facebook, which is what people will do, you've actually got these really cool videos, but you're not putting them onto your page. That's why I pulled it out in this area. I love this. They were having like a competition with the forklifts. They had forklift races and all this sort of stuff because it's real skill, right, to drive one of those. You wouldn't want me on it. So actually take that stuff and make it more prominent on your Facebook page. 2 billion people using Facebook, 1.28 billion today. Okay, you might as well go where the people are. But don't forget Twitter, okay? Whether you like it or not, people are on Twitter. Now, I love this guy. Light-skinned Skywalker is so excited about his first job at Nintendo America and tags them in. It's my first job and I'm good so far. This is great. You know, check back. Watch my progress as I grow in the company. They don't care. Couldn't even bother responding to him. I find that appalling. And just because you think that they're going to respond at GLL Careers, for example, they mightn't. They might just tag at GLL. So you've got to check both. Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but it's got to be done. And then this one, I love working for Nintendo America with great leadership who promote such amazing health and wellness benefits. Someone's written underneath, have you noticed if someone has been hired out of state and relocated to WA? And since this is a contract position, do you know who I could send my resume to? People want to apply to the company and nobody's responding to them. Kind of mad, right? Because you want the people who are excited to work for you to work for you. Okay, so respond to people. If you don't know how, go to my Twitter bio. There's my Twitter handle at the top. There's a free ebook. You can go and download it. It's a little bit out of date, but you'll get the drift. Bonus tip, by the way, just because I saw this while I was putting the slides together. Please turn off all of that rubbish automation. No spitting jobs from applicant tracking systems onto your job feed. No thanking your followers for following and unfollowing and all that rubbish. Please turn it off. It's just noise. There's enough noise out there. That was just a bonus rant. Okay. Please don't forget Instagram either. Mel and I have been on there this morning doing all sorts of naughty things, haven't we? Instagram has 700 million users. 400 million will post something today. Okay, it's a very, very popular site. It is absolutely awesome for content generated by your employees as well. So don't forget it. So I looked up Pearson again, and I promise this is positive. And what I did was I did a location search. So if you think your employees aren't using it, and perhaps you haven't got a corporate account, go and look at the location. People are probably checking in at that location. And this guy at Pearson has, I'm now following him, he's the coolest dude. This is Handful of John, and he's actually done a parody sketch of the directors. But it shows what it's like to work there and the culture, and it's actually really funny. I highly recommend him, by the way, Handful of John. Really, really cool guy. So, because I've now bored you senseless for 10 minutes, can you all stand up? I know. You got all excited then. Where do you work? You work. Okay. Could you please turn to the person next to you? You'll have to find one if you're on the end. And could you greet them like they're your long-lost friend that you haven't seen for 5 years? All right. Okay, you may sit down. All right. What did you hear? What happened? What was the noise like? Who said that? There we go. This is one of my little Be Human men. You will find them under hashtag Be Human. They travel the globe, and the idea is to remind you to be human. So I'd be very happy if I saw little photos of them everywhere. So the noise went up. What else? What did you feel? Embarrassed. No.
It was warm, it was good.
Ah. Guys? Yes, I'm looking at you. Yeah, there we go. Oh, sorry, it got stuck on the clicker. Anyone else? Come on, you get like Plastic Man. How did you feel? You were laughing, you were happy? Way. Oh, you so need to have one.
Excited.
Right? Everyone else? Right? You feel that. It was a connection. It is emotion. That's what you need to get down the internet. Okay? We've forgotten that when we send that email, that we're connecting to a human being. Because we're sitting behind our screen, we're bored, and we just want to fill the role. You know, the hiring manager's being an arse. Okay? You're so going to be a human man, by the way, because you're the one that keeps smiling and laughing at me. They all think I'm weird. So it made you feel like that. Okay, so this is your social recruiting magic. I've depressed you all, then I've cheered you up, and this is how you get it right. Okay. Look like someone worth talking to. Remember that transparent world? We've all forgotten this, okay? Guys, if you want to sit, there are seats at the front. I won't care, because, come sit down. Head to the top right, top left, depending on if you're on Mac or whatever, and open an incognito window. And then I want you to search for yourself. And if you're unfortunate like me and have one of those names that's unusual, please check what you're sharing. Now, I am in no way, shape, or form a fan of LinkedIn. However, your LinkedIn profile is right at the top. So get rid of the selfies down the shirts and the selfies of the sunglasses in the car, and think about how you are representing your company. Do I look like somebody worth talking to? One of my favourite ex-hiring managers looks really grumpy in his photo, and he's really lovely, but he looks angry. So lose the angry photo. Fill out your bio. Get some recommendations from people you've hired. Okay, particularly if you're like in the tech space, where they don't want to talk to us. Okay, get a recommendation from them if you've made them feel great about coming to work at your company. It is a scary thing, changing jobs. We forget that. Don't stop there. Okay, Twitter, Facebook, again, name like mine, you're kind of screwed, you're going to be found really easily. But check, do I look like somebody worth talking to? Do I need to take down some of the photos that I'm tagged in on Facebook? Okay, all you should be able to see is your banner shot and your photo. Fill out your bio, you might as well be discoverable, but just give it an audit and only share publicly what you want. Okay?
Is there a reason why you said go on an incognito tab?
Yes, because it'll take out all the search history. So mine will bias. So my website will always come higher because I spend a lot of time on there, for example. So this way, like my LinkedIn is above my website, and then all your social media. Oh, thing with the images, by the way. Thank you. You made me remember. It's like a popularity contest. So if there's a photo of you that you don't like on Google Images, don't click on it. Click on the ones you like to get the page up, and it'll drop off the bottom. Just something to know, there's a freeze frame of me that's absolutely shocking. Right. Now this I found really interesting, so be helpful. So this is David Wilkes, who does not work in recruitment. Well, today, inspired by someone else's post, I've done something that was bothering me for some time. Over the years, I'd built up a large portfolio of recruiters. Most of them never helped me in my hour of need. Gosh, we're loved out there. Or even interacted with me. So I took my time to scroll through my LinkedIn profile, looked at each individual account, got to know some old faces and where their career's taken them, and I deleted all but one person. This person, he posts very useful tips, and his stance is no bullshit, which I like. So have a look and link up. He's refreshing, and that's Alan Walker. If you've met Alan Walker, he's adorable. He is exactly what he's saying. But he does stuff like this. Now, the activity on the new profile on LinkedIn is right at the top, so you can really easily see what people are up to. They kind of got rid of it, and then they brought it back. So if you guys are commenting on stuff and you're being a bit bitchy, it's right there on your LinkedIn profile for people to see, and they're looking at you. Okay? So he's written here, hiring manager, tip number 7, stop dicking around. Okay? He is himself. Okay? If you don't swear, fine. If you're like me and you just do. You will naturally attract staff and clients that match you, and that's all good, right? So, be helpful. I know it sounds a bit strange because you're probably not expecting that, but look like someone worth talking to, be helpful. Rock Glassdoor, okay? No ignoring those reviews, and I'm going to show you a quite challenging one in a second. But I love my heritage here, mostly because this is interview feedback. I can't believe people have the time to write all of this, but they do, okay? But look at this. From that point, there was some idle period of time where I was waiting to hear back. Okay, think about that. When you're standing on the tube station and it doesn't tell you when the tube's coming, do you feel frustrated? So your candidates are thinking, where am I in the process? I'm expecting an offer. Why is it taking so long? I've got other offers, blah, blah, blah. But here, they're going, I was waiting to hear back, but I must say that HR kept me updated and stayed in touch with me the whole time. After a week or two, I got an email from the SVP of HR who introduced herself and informed me that I got the job and he got the letter of offer. To summarise, the recruiting process was absolutely great. Meetings were set in short time and I was constantly updated about the status and where things were at. Like the tube, you want to know what time the train is coming. When you don't, you get frustrated. Be human. Okay, this is how you handle really crappy reviews. I have to say, I know Reward Gateway really well. I actually deliver training from their offices. They're adorable. I find it impossible to think that somebody has given them a 1-star. Glenn Elliott is incredibly approachable as CEO, and he actually answers the Glassdoor reviews himself. Now, I appreciate in your company you might have like 10,000 staff, so that's not possible. But if you can avoid HR and recruitment answering reviews and get your heads of department to tackle it, that would be great. Don't be defensive. Okay, one-off rant review, I get it. But if you have a series of them and there's a thread going through and it's consistent, you've got to do something about it. Okay, so this is what he did. So he responded, so this is Glenn, the CEO. Hey there, Glenn here, thanks for the review. Okay, first up, I'm not sure I ever wanted to appear as fluffy, because it says not as fluffy as they seem. And then he goes on about we care about our people and we actually have a full year's paternity leave, or parental leave, sorry. And he goes on and he gives facts. And they're all facts that can be backed up. But I kind of love the way he finished it. So he's put here about, you said that positive reviews of staff who are encouraged to leave them. That's not actually true. So he sort of talked about that. By the way, you're going to get these slides, so don't worry if you can't read them. But I love this on your last point. A leadership team filled with yes men. Have you actually met Matt Drew and Deborah Corey? Sometimes I think they will argue black is white just for the sport. Having met them both, that's true. The guy who wrote that review will also know that that's true. So he's just been really factual and really honest. But even though the review is anonymous, the person got an email that started with, hi, it's Glenn here. So the guy knows, I'm assuming it's a guy, isn't that dreadful? It could be a woman. The person that wrote that had an email from the CEO. Brave? Yes, it's got to be done. LinkedIn. Britvic. I think Britvic are here as well. I did pick on some people for all the right reasons. Are you here? No. No? Oh, hiding anyway if you are. This is a compliment though. I like to use examples when people are coming. So this is a volunteering day. I love the fact this was a blurry, absolutely real photo that they just went and put onto LinkedIn. Really real, that's all anyone wants. They don't want polished PR, they want genuine. And then there's another one that they've got going over here, another great day, loads of engagement going on, 40 likes, 35 likes, it's all happening. You look at some of the posts you put on, they get no engagement. You go stick a photo of the staff on, how they dress, how they behave, how the office looks genuinely, people interact, they love it. But I love this. Currently looking for a pricing analyst, job of the week, blah, 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 boring, whatever. Not the world's most exciting job post. However, somebody has gone and put his CV underneath and they've responded and asked him to go to the portal. Okay, they could have done a little bit better, maybe made it, here's my email, maybe got in touch, but they responded. So that person feels loved. And that's what it's about. Don't stop there though. Remember the 2 billion people on Facebook? If I haven't quite got the point across that there are 2 billion people using Facebook. Yeah, maybe? No? Do you guys know how many people are on the planet? It's kind of scary how many are on Facebook, no? Okay, so Marriott Careers. I appreciate Marriott Careers is enormous, so therefore they have a lot of staff who can manage the page, but I just love the stuff they do. Go, copy it, emulate it, it's brilliant. People, it's all about their people in the banner shot. And then here's this guy. Are you a local trendsetter who loves discovering the latest hotspots in your city? And this, if so, our concierge team could be right for you. Visit this site. Picture off the cuff of somebody, one of the concierge. Love this. Somebody, I apply so many times for the jobs, but nobody give me opportunity to join my dream hotel in my dream country. It's a negative post, but Marriott's written back. Thanks for your interest, and we understand that being a job seeker is challenging, but hang in there. And they offer some real advice. Genuine human-to-human contact. We are people, we just seem to have forgotten it. Because again, the internet's made us lazy. It's really easy. Don't stop there. Go to Twitter. Zalando Tech, absolutely beautiful people, run out of Berlin. Do people, you know what Zalando is? No? Yeah, you would, you love clothes. Online clothing retailer, only just below Amazon in Germany, but they're huge and they have come here. They do great stuff on their Twitter feed. They do stuff like this. The Zalando Tech's UX expert gives advice on how to pimp your UX CV. So one of the guys who's hiring writes some blurb that they share. Again, useful, paying it forward advice. And this, they run a whole load of events out of their office as well. So again, they're talking about their tech experts, and they're talking about machine learning and Zalando Techs, and they've got Amazon in, and they're all coming in and working together. They just share it. They show what they're doing. But Instagram, please, I think it's brilliant. So who has a work Instagram account? Not too many of you. Do you have a corporate hashtag that you use?
Life at
At?
Life at Destra.
At Destra.
Yeah.
You're saying, it's too fast for me.
Sorry.
Somebody was messaging me during the night. All you guys who are all excited, and I kept getting woken up. Adestra. Adestra. So just like these guys, just by having a company hashtag and encouraging your employees to use it, they can take photos during their day or videos, use the hashtag, and then you on the corporate side can go, oh, those photos are good. I will use a repost app and put them onto the corporate one. So you're kind of protecting yourself from the dodgy photos, but you're gathering real content of what it's really like to work in your company. It's that easy. CA Technologies actually send out care packs. So in summer, they send out towel and sunscreen and a little card saying, share your holiday snaps and don't forget to tag us. They have new baby stuff, they have new dog stuff, and people love it. So when they're struggling to recruit in that tech space, everyone's going, oh, well, that's what they look like. I can see what they wear. I can see what the environment's like. I'll come join you. Easy. That's free. Okay? You don't even need to worry about all your employer branding. Sorry. I've just upset my client in the front row, but whatever. She loves me anyway. But you can just gather that and use that as a start if you haven't got any budget. It's easy. So then I want you to get curious. What am I doing on this time thing here? I'm pushing my limits of my 20-minute talk, but anyway. Right, so you look fabulous. You're sharing some stuff. Everyone can see what you look like. Get curious. Those tools, no laziness. You're using them to unearth information. Then you're putting it in correspondence. So this is my friend Pete Radloff. So I feel like I've just missed a slide. Nope. Okay. So subject, I dig the Batman photo. Will, I hope you find this. I hope this finds you well. Be worrying with the eye, but I'll forgive him. Want to speak to you about a potential opportunity for you here at Comscore. I'm looking forward to getting in a little Batman, Superman movie time in the near future. But I digress. We're working on bringing some new products to life in the programmatic space, and we need someone strong in the ad space and blah, blah, blah. And he talks about, like, given your experience, I think we could have a chat. It took me ages to unearth that photo. Pete had done his work, and he had dug in to find it. What's really cool is the guy actually responded, if I can make the clicker work. Hi, Pete. Thanks for reaching out. Nice job on the Googling. I'd forgotten about that photo. That's what you want. You want people to be shocked that you've made the effort to read their profile properly and to use it in the conversation and make them feel special. The guys actually said, you know what, I'm actually really happy, but hey, I'm open to a chat. Result. Then your job of selling them into the company starts. So make that bit really easy. When you do, I mean, this is a bit I find really funny. Like, are you free to talk? Well, why don't you just send them a scheduling thing and say, book a time in my diary? You can do that straight on my website. That's acuity scheduling. That's what you automate. That's where you use your tech. Hi, would love to talk to you. Could you book a call in my diary that suits you, candidate, not me, recruiter? Use the right channel. Okay, I'm sorry. Some of you will have seen this before, but it's my absolute favourite and I have to use it. This is an in-mail that was sent by Weston and the people operations team at Google. And I absolutely love it. Actually, no, I can read it better from here. Hi, Paul. And so it starts singing badly at Google. Hi, Paul. Hope you're having a good week. My name is Weston, and I'm writing from the people operations team at Google. I was doing some research and noticed that some of my colleagues have reached out to you in the past. I'd love to find the right fit for you within Google, given your experience in 9 cat costumes, system architecture, Perl, and talking like a pirate. I must admit, telling people on the internet they're wrong is one of my favourite things to do as well. If you're open to a chat about a new opportunity, let me know and we can find some time to chat. Thanks, Paul. Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great Monday viewing lots of pictures of the cats on the internet. Right, that should get a result. No? One, it's Google. One, it's highly, highly personalised. One, it's funny. Nope. From the 13th of July 2015, finally, on the 11th of May 2016, Paul takes to Google and goes, holy smokes, not Google, to Twitter. Holy smokes, a Google recruiter sent me an email using the skills listed on my LinkedIn profile. It is gold. That's a long time in between correspondence, no? All of that effort to personalise it because it's the wrong platform. The worst part is that has 9,000 favourites and 6,000 retweets. That's how rare it is that we treat humans as humans. So, show you different. Why not do this? So this is my client, Rebecca Hitchen. I use Discoverly, Chrome extension, currently banned by LinkedIn, but I'm not using it to scrape data, so I don't really see what the big deal is, but anyway. I used it to map across to find her Facebook account. So I sent her a video on Facebook. I took the video first, and then I just uploaded it and sent it on Messenger. You can do that to all 2 billion people. You might end up in the naughty step if you haven't filled your profile out, and you know your profile looks a bit naughty, but if you've filled out your bio, you've got a good profile picture, you're polite, they'll respond. Who's going to ignore that play button? I want to know what I'm saying, right? It takes some audacity, but I bet you get better response. And it definitely shows your bio, okay? This is just another example from the client screen, one mutual friend, and it shows my bio. So make sure you fill that out. That's the critical key, you know, your bio and your current experience. So they know what you want. If that's too scary for you, Mark Lundgren, I can never say his name and he knows I can't say his name, is currently trying this out. He's at Recruit Mark. You can send via email little videos. Again, who's going to resist the play button? You're going to stand out a mile. This one comes from BombBomb, and they think that you can stand out in a crowded inbox. Those stats are from 2015, I hasten to add. However, why not? It's different. Give it a free trial. See what happens. If people respond, easy. But something all recruiters forget when we talk about that automation and when it's valuable. Please follow up. My favourite thing to do is read your email, stick a flag on it, know I need to come back to you, and then just it gets buried. Does anyone else do that? Similar thing, right? I must have about 50 flagged emails in my inbox I haven't responded to. And then eventually, if I'm lucky, I get someone going, Katrina, do you mind? Respond. And then I go, another flag, goes down again. It might take you 3 or 4 goes. It might take you 5 goes. But if you use a tool like Boomerang, you can actually get it to put it back in your inbox again to remind you to get in touch with them. And of course, there are probably other tools out there that will do that. That's where you want the automation. Scheduling the calls and responding. So, the last thing. We're in England. It's probably rather important you use the right language. No? Your right language might be that. No? I have no clue what that says, but it's an excellent advert from L'Oreal. And this is sellers at responding. And I have to give Jim Stroud a shout out for that one. Think about it. These digital natives that are coming into the workforce, they have grown up with tech in their hand. They might need to be talked to like that. You can get translation books, thank goodness, because I don't know what that actually says. But that might be the future. You might need to learn that. So, final question. Would you run towards your company or away from your company? Go back to your offices, have a look at yourselves like candidates look at you and just decide, okay? Final thought, please be human, okay? Just be yourselves. We seem to have forgotten that somewhere. I ran over big time.